There we go. Recording.
Hello.
Good
I have a feeling we're going to
evening.
see a scuffle at any
You might.
moment.
Yeah, it does look like
That's-
there's about to be
that's-
trouble.
Look,
abroad.
look, look.
That's why I left it up, because I think there's going to be a wrestling match here. In
We got
second.
cat cam. It's about to be WWE up in here.
Yeah,
It
they're
is.
They're kind of doing a. See, Cosmo's ignoring Ponzi, and
I will not be ignored.
yeah,
Mhm.
So I'm a child of the '80s. You know,
That's
WWE, the wrestling group is not WWE. It's WWF. And when
Right.
you talk about the WWF fighting poachers, all I can think of is Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage whomping on poachers with metal folding chairs.
sure.
I think somebody needs to make that happen. I know Randy Savage is dead, but whatever. Reanimate his corpse.
There
I
we
don't
go.
care. Up,
Here we
up.
go.
This is
Fight
like,
back.
oh, it's cat
Oh,
jitsu.
that was short-lived. That
Yeah.
was very short-lived.
Ponzi's a fraidy cat. Cosmo throws his weight around. So, all right. Well, we'll leave the cat cam for now. So looks like all
All
the
right.
actions happened.
Oh, goodness.
Hi.
There we go.
Hi, guys.
Alan, I love that you're as OCD as I am. It's been the
Yes.
same positions.
Yes.
But you'll notice I
We're
have
in the
to
same
move my
position.
chair
It's really
so that
weird.
my head is
Well-
like roughly the same height and size.
It's because the
I'm
way
not,
the
like, too
camera's
close.
set, I'm kind of looking off that direction, and you're kind of looking this way. And with Brita looks like
Kind of doing the
Jay
mark.
has a halo today.
Oh.
You have a
By the way,
halo, Jay.
Rita, Debbie says hi.
Yeah.
it's
She says,
Hi, Debbie.
Say hello to the other woman in your life.
Ah.
What is
Well,
this?
hello.
It's an hour a week.
the
It's
archangel
like my
Jay.
therapist. And then
Remember
was
how
like,
I lost my fingernail?
I lost mine.
Last year.
I'm in the process of losing my toenail.
I don't know why.
I
This
can't-
finger is doomed.
I don't
Jay.
even know
What'd you
what.
do to your toe?
I don't know. Like, you would think that something to
Uh.
cause a giant bruise in the center of your toenail would be something you would remember quite vividly. No,
You would think you
No,
drop
maybe-
something
no.
on your foot,
not
or
me. Kick something, drop something
No.
on it. Well, I don't know.
Maybe
I
it
don't
happened
know.
when you were.
I
maybe
slammed
it
my
happened-
finger in the door today.
Oh,
Ooh. The only thing I could think
Same
of is
finger.
like I got up in the middle of the night and kicked something and just don't remember it.
maybe it happened
Which
when
is-
you were
That
possessed.
could be.
When I was possessed, yes. And demons would inhabit this body and go, holy shit, what's wrong with this guy?
And
Am I too warm? Am I too cold? We're having this thing this time of year.
I'm trying to adjust my head to it's the same size as everyone else's.
We'll just
I
keep
have-
on like
Rita, I have
Fucking
a
with you.
Now I'm starting to
ridiculously
get queasy.
I have a
Too much moving.
ridiculously narrow range of temperatures at which I am comfortable. It's like
Yeah.
74 to 76. Below 74, I'm freezing to death. Above 76, oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm dying of heat stroke. I have like a 3 degree range.
Well, we've got this situation now where it's really warm during the day,
yes.
chilly in the evenings, and
You-
it's like I don't. And but by really warm, I mean like 65 and sunny. You know, it's not warm.
we get it where it's like you
Fall.
wake up and it's like 50 degrees, and then it gets up to like 85, and you're like, "Ugh." So
Oh,
you're freezing.
no.
Yeah, it's bad.
No, it's definitely fall here.
Is it pumpkin
Or-
spice? All the things.
I just bought pumpkin spice hummus yesterday. I ate it on a waffle this morning for
My
breakfast.
work.
It was delicious.
Was it a pumpkin spice waffle?
No, it wasn't. Damn it. I should get some. That would be perfect.
They've got to exist. And
Oh,
then get some
sure.
pumpkin.
And I also bought pumpkin spice creamer for my coffee. What else did I buy? I think that's it. Like, I don't
Do
think
they
I
have
have anything
pumpkin
else right
spice
now. But-
Nutella?
oh, no. I got pumpkin spice yogurt. It has begun. It's pumpkin spice season. I don't care.
Hey, own it.
I don't care. It makes me like a basic white woman. I don't care. Like,
So-
but I mean, my birthday's in June, and I have asked for pumpkin pie for my birthday instead of cake. So it is legit with me. Like, I love pumpkin.
This is not just an affectation. This is legit.
No. I love it.
Not as much as I
Anyway,
love hummus.
how's your week? No, Jay. It's impossible. How's everybody's week? Anything going
Busy.
on?
Busy.
Yeah.
We're kicking off a new month, so
Yeah.
it's time to get all the things done. Although for the first time in like 3 weeks, my computer's actually working.
Hey,
Yay!
Did you know that Windows is upgrading to Windows? What is it now? 11?
11.
Yeah.
Which means the library is like 4 behind now.
Back on Windows 7. Or is that one of those like
Yeah.
there's a Windows 10 and they would like they did Windows 8 for about what 4 minutes? And they were like, oh, good
Yeah, and
God,
like
no.
XP and
Yeah.
all the different
Windows 8
variations.
was
But
like
yeah.
the SE of operating systems. Like, oh dear God, let's pretend that never happened. Wink, wink.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
Like the
So,
iPhone 5. They're like, yeah,
Right.
no, we went right to 6.
Right before we started the recording, Jay was telling a story. And I said, wait, save it for the show.
Save it for the show. Save it for, so
Oh,
I
okay.
forget exactly where I saw it on Facebook, but somebody had posted a story, and it may be apocryphal, but I'm going to relate it anyway. I found it interesting. They said that they're in an area where there's no mask requirement, and they were in an outdoor venue, and just took an informal poll of people who were wearing masks, not questioning why they were wearing masks, nothing like that. A very simple, multiple choice answer, single question poll. Out of everyone in the United States that has contracted COVID, what is the percentage that has died? And the choices were 1%, 10%, 20%, 30% or greater. I said every single respondent said either 20% or 30% or greater. When the real answer is 1%. According to Johns Hopkins, 43 million people have tested positive and roughly 700,000 have died. Now, we all know they've been fudging with the numbers, but just going with what John Hopkins is stating.
Yeah.
43 million, let's see. 400,000 is 1%. So between 1% and 2%.
I bet a lot more people have had it than that, and then just never got tested.
Oh, absolutely. I'm fall over dead. And the 700,000, I'd say probably maybe a tenth of that actually died of COVID.
Right.
But
sure,
going with the published numbers.
Sure.
1.5%.
Sure, fine.
But the over like every single person talked to, and I would wager you could extrapolate that to the general public, thinks it is several orders of magnitude greater than it actually is. Why?
Because they hear it on the news all the time.
What is the driving force behind this?
Well,
selling vaccines,
selling news. Remember that they don't have Trump anymore, so they got to do
something.
Yeah, they got to do something. They have to keep people afraid.
They have to keep people afraid, so they'll keep checking in and watching CNN.
I found it fascinating. It wasn't like it was like, well, I asked 10 people and 5 said 1% and the rest said no. It was every now granted, there was no numbers given. Like it wasn't I asked 100 people or I asked 3 people. So I know it's not terrifically useful.
Right.
It's not scientific, but it's interesting. Even if it was only 3 people, that means 3 people who are wearing masks, which means they're at least listening to things, got the idea that the fatality rate is way higher than it actually is.
That's probably why they're wearing a mask outdoors. They're scared to death.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite. I saw a woman alone in her car wearing a mask, running a stop sign. Like, hello.
Well, Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite are the people on like motorcycles and bicycles wearing masks
And no helmets.
and cutoffs and flip flops and
Yeah. You're safe from COVID-19 running up to your bicycle at 15 miles an hour and slapping you in the face.
right.
But if you bounce off a curb, oops.
Yeah.
I'm going to give some of those people a pass, though. Because, math is not everybody's strong suit. And if you ask them the difference between 1% and 10%, they could not tell you. I mean, in actual numbers. They probably have no concept of what that looks like.
That's true. That's true.
No,
I mean,
they would.
But, I mean, regardless, yeah, if people are saying 30%, I mean, 30% is like, 30% bring out the wheelbarrows and bring out your dead. Death. There's bodies in the street. And
is it?
Yeah, that's a third. Yeah.
It's Black Death.
So that's
Black Death.
Plague. Yeah.
43 million.
Yeah.
30% would be fucking 13 million people. 14 million people.
If the death rate was 30%, you would literally have bodies in the streets.
Yeah.
You would not be able to.
I mean, that'd be like, like every other person on your street, practically.
Right. You would actually know people that died.
Yeah. Yep.
Versus
my sister, my wife's sister's husband's landlord.
Okay.
That's
that's
the connection, and I mean, again, it is a thing. It's real. It's just way overblown. And every single piece of information that we gather affirms that it is incredibly overblown. In fact, what was I just saying? I want to say it was Norway, one of the Scandinavian countries. Denmark, thank you. You know where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. Just said, this is stupid. It's the flu. No, it's not the flu, but it is to be treated the same as the flu.
Right.
It is.
Yeah, they stopped all mandates, all masks, all vaccine mandates, all testing. They said we're done.
It is approximately as dangerous as the flu, and it's as dangerous to the same people who are vulnerable to the flu are vulnerable to COVID. And this is dumb. And all of a sudden, we don't want to be like those countries. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's funny because we spent how many decades of being told that we need to be more like the Scandinavian countries, and certainly they won't talk about Sweden at all. Now they won't talk about Denmark at all.
The other one they don't want us talking about is Australia.
Right.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden Australia just fell off the planet.
Or Israel.
It's like there is no other continent. There are 6 continents. I'm waiting for Facebook to start fact checking that.
Australia got demoted like Pluto.
Dear Lord.
It's not a continent.
I mean, you see stuff coming out of Australia and you're like, they're choking people because they're not wearing a mask.
They turned off. They literally
Did you see that video?
Yeah.
They turned off the internet.
The big male cop choking this girl. Like he literally had his hands around her throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was choking her. Wow, aren't you the big man? Like, what is wrong with Australia? There is something.
Yeah. I blame koala bears. It's koalas.
I don't know, man.
They're like the laziest, dumbest fucking animal, and I think people are eating them and absorbing their dumbness.
Well, they literally turned off the internet in Australia.
Yeah, that's I don't think we can say that Australia is kind of a democracy anymore. I think
no,
not at all.
That ship has sailed for them.
They've gone.
I don't know how they're going to get their country back after this. Actually, everybody says, "Oh, we're never going back to normal." Australia, definitely not going back to normal.
They need more. They need more.
There was video of people cops shooting at people running away.
Yeah.
They were probably like rubber bullets or whatever, but regardless,
allegedly there was more bad.
The people were running away.
Yeah, that the people running away were rioting and doing this and that and the other thing. It's like, okay, why were they being shot in the back?
Right.
Because they disrespected their authority. That's why.
Yeah.
We need Eric Cartman with the
Can't have
aviators.
that. Oh yeah,
don't give up your guns, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, what year was it they did the whole gun turn-in thing in Australia?
96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
Yep.
Port Arthur?
Yeah.
The big.
Right.
And people in Australia, some people in Australia go, well, we still have guns.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
They have
cute.
more guns than England,
That's
which
cute.
is a very low bar.
You
We
got
can
your
have single shot 22s.
Yeah, you got your single shot 22s and your single shot shotguns.
They can't have pump action shotguns.
Right. Congratulations.
I mean, Joe Biden's preferred weapon of choice.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever follow up to see if Joe Biden was arming himself against corn pop?
Maybe he was. I have a digression. I have to digress for a second because I kind of sort of fell in love with something super stupid. So I bought
what again?
I bought
I couldn't pass it up. I couldn't, Alan. I'm sorry.
I know. But I bought a present for a person. And that's not all I'm going to say because I don't think she doesn't watch this, but she might.
She doesn't,
or somebody will tell her. I don't know. Anyway, so I was picking it up at the gun store at my local transfer agent, and they had one of those. They had one of those Kel-Tec bullpup shotguns that's got the two magazines, and you can switch between them.
The KSG.
Yeah. And I was playing with it. I was like, "Oh my God, this thing's awesome!"
Get the Smith & Wesson M&P 12.
But it was because it's so like balanced, and I was like, "This is stupid." Now I'm like, "Oh God!"
So, are you buying one? Or?
No.
He already did.
No, not right now. Actually, you know what? I probably won't because the barrel, the exit of the barrel is like too close to my face. And that bug, it's just too close. With the bullpup shotgun, it's too close. My Remington 870 is a short shotgun, and it's the barrel is short enough that you can feel it when you shoot it, right? You can feel a shockwave, and the bullpup's like this far from your face. I mean, it's just like right there.
Alan, the shockwave is made by Mossberg.
You're funny.
Dad gun puns.
That's anyway. So yeah, there's
leveled up.
What's that?
You leveled up in your puns.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. So anyway, and you can't get those in Australia.
Oh God, no! They're pump action. You might be able to fire more than one shot per minute.
So Mike is currently in the basement cleaning a shotgun, or looking at a shotgun, or doing something with a shotgun. Well, I was getting ready to go to dinner, like go eat some dinner, and he comes walking down the stairs, and he's got like handfuls of shotgun shells. I'm like, what is happening?
Should I be concerned?
Okay. Yeah, he's going to the range tomorrow to practice with a shotgun. I guess he's taking a class. I've once again forgotten when it was, but he's taking a shotgun class.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't like shotguns.
You're more rifle. We know.
I think you know what, shotguns would be a lot better if you could.
It's just physically so awkward for me. It's like, ugh.
Yeah,
they are. They're heavy.
They're
really heavy.
Awkward and heavy.
Because if they're not heavy, they hurt like hell.
But I can shoot something at 900 yards, like given a chance. So
not with a shotgun.
With a rifle. Not with a shotgun. With a rifle.
No. That'd be luck.
Anywho, yeah.
That'd be your 900 yards with a shotgun. You're talking about ballistics. You're talking about artillery ballistics.
Basically a trebuchet at that point.
Yeah. hold it up at a, hold it up at a 45-degree angle and
just kind of walk it on target.
Oh God.
You're introducing time of flight into your calculations.
And speaking of someone who in their youth used to have shotgun wars with people on the other side of the field. It's raining lead pellets on me, and
that doesn't seem to be the safest thing.
It's like the next evolution of BB gun wars.
It is, yeah.
When you had the Crossman set, was it the 760 that you pumped, and you're only allowed one pump,
right?
Because if you went up to 2, you could break the skin,
right?
You don't want to be the one kid that shot the kid who goes home crying. I got shot by a BB.
Yeah. Ah, the good old days.
Oh dear God, they'd have SWAT teams. Are you kidding? And Child Protective Services. You let your children play in the woods?
I think
we're like the last.
Oh my God,
like the last generation that could do that.
The latchkey generation.
Yeah.
Just go play. Mm-hmm. Be home by dark.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in 3rd grade, I had a key to the house, and my parents got home, after work. So from the time I got home from school till 6 or so, we were on our own. And boy, did we get into trouble.
I was learning to cook dinner by like 6th grade. I come home and
Yep. There'd be a list of instructions. Put this in the oven at this temperature for this long. Put
Kids
this in the microwave.
Days.
Yep.
It was in self-defense, really, though, because my dad was terrible. The worst cook ever.
We were the generation of, get out of the house and don't come back till the street lights come on.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I was told that.
And there's no record of
Uphill
the
both
stupid shit we
ways.
did.
That's right. No evidence and no record because nobody had.
They're not going through my Twitter profile from when I was 17.
Oh my God.
There's none of that.
I can't imagine. I honestly can't imagine being a teenager right now and like having an Instagram and looking back at
and Snapchat.
I mean, literally, they can look back years worth of cringe. It's just
I mean,
like I occasionally will stumble across a photo of myself from high school. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what were you doing?
Rita, I had a mullet.
But now it's like all out there. Me too, Jay.
A mullet.
I had a mullet in 4th grade. It was awesome. Actually, I loved that mullet.
The Italian fro, which is just wavy.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
With occasional little ponytail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a tail?
No,
you know what? I loved the little tail idea. Maybe I'll grow one. I could totally grow one.
I would only want a tail if it was prehensile. So
that'd be awesome.
A little braid. I should do it.
I have thought about doing the Hare Krishna.
I'm bringing them back.
And just
everybody's getting
like
a tail.
A quarter size.
Bringing tails back.
I could do like a.
I could do a tail.
I could do a mohawk, but it would only be the back of my head. It'd stick out like this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And tails were cool.
And then if I did the punk rock thing and did glue and stuck it straight up, it would look like I had a hairy hand coming off the back of my head.
Yeah, you'd have a hard time. You'd have a hard time driving because you'd hit the headrest.
I get stuck in the headrest. Yeah. Ah, shit! What happened? Well, I hit the gas too hard and I got stuck in the seat. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No record. There were no dash cams when I was out, driving over.
Yeah,
Thank
just neighbors that would tell your parents what you were up to.
Yeah, doing donuts on people's lawns. There was no Ring camera recording that.
Good old days.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for kids.
We're talking about the vaccine and stuff.
Oh, wait. Before you say that,
what?
Before you say that, real quick, Facebook is deleting videos and accounts of people who say anything about vaccines in general not working or anything like that. So
no, I'm not going to say they don't work, because
if we want to get it
clearly
deleted, we can
no, vaccines work. They work.
And they never have any side effects at all.
Well, I was just going to talk about that. And, lots of vaccines have side effects. And I just found this really interesting. Was my mom and her senior center friends were discussing, being vaccinated and getting vaccinated, and are you going to get the booster, and yada, yada, yada. And I just thought it was really interesting, because I didn't realize that it was a thing. But my mom had the Pfizer vaccine and had like very mild side effects from the vaccine. I think the second shot was worse than the first. But kind of, you get a little fever, she was okay. But her friend got the Moderna, and apparently the Moderna experience is way different than the Pfizer. I don't know if it's across the board for everybody, but her friend got her second dose of Moderna and was sick for a month.
Wow.
A month. Yeah. So I don't know, like at that point, like, would you want to get the booster if the second dose was so bad? Is the third dose going to be,
I don't know. I mean, if I was going to be sick for a month from the vaccine, I'd just say, give me the COVID.
Take your chances.
Yeah. Jeez. Right. So.
Like, I've never gotten a flu shot. Ever.
No, I haven't either.
I got a flu shot a few times, and they always made me sick, so I stopped getting them.
Yeah.
Everybody says that, and then they're like, oh no, flu shots don't make you sick. It's just you got the shot and then you got the flu of some other variety. Really? I don't think so. No. Because my mom would get the flu shot and she also would get very sick. And I thought, it's too coincidental, really, for me to even... No thanks.
Pass.
I mean, I'm sure they work, though, because vaccines work.
Totally. And in other completely unrelated news that won't get us banned.
I don't have polio or the mumps.
Or smallpox. But then again, I also haven't accepted any blankets from the U.S. government. Yes, accept things uncritically. Oh, don't do your own research. The CDC is so much better funded.
Yes.
Yeah. Never. Yeah.
The thing that worries me about the CDC is that they have taken it upon themselves to kind of like legislate. They are calling the shots for certain things. Like they're calling the shots about all the COVID stuff. And now, lo and behold, it is a public health threat.
Gun violence.
Yeah.
Gun violence. So the CDC, Center for Disease Control, is now getting into the gun control business.
Which they're not supposed to.
No, they're not.
Because they did it for a while.
Tell them that.
And it was absolute, it was junk. It was an insult to junk science.
Well, everything they do is junk.
When you look at there was no correlation whatsoever. It was.
Well, don't forget, CDC was the ones that decided that the entire nation didn't have to pay rent.
Right.
Yep.
So you could just picture the CDC deciding that, well, we need to ban guns.
I don't remember electing the CDC.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, and just wait until they, flush with those successes, decide that global warming is the next climate change. They're already doing it with my little bête noir, pet peeve, whatever, is that Facebook has taken it upon themselves to fact check. Joe Biden's not going to institute an 8-cent per mile in gas tax. They're just going to study whether a tax would be a good thing. These are the same motherfuckers who, when the Democrats say, we want to raise welfare benefits 10%, and the Republicans say, that's really too much, how about 5%? The headline is, Republicans cut welfare.
Right.
And these same motherfuckers like, They're not going to institute a tax. They're only going to study the feasibility of implementing a tax. Guess what, nitwits? It's the same fucking thing. Because they're not going to study it if it's like, oh no, it's going to cause people to brew their own fucking gasoline in their bathtubs. Oh, we won't do it then. We're just going to make everything more expensive. And guess what? We're going to exempt it from the inflation index.
Yeah, actually, what they're going to do is they're going to do the they're going to do the GPS mileage tax. That's coming. I guarantee
I'm
it.
safe.
All of a sudden,
I'm
1983 Chevy.
I never go anywhere.
Well, because think about it, because of all the electric cars, right? They're not paying a gas tax, and that's, I'm telling you, that's coming. The GPS mileage tax is, because already all the new vehicles have a GPS in them. They already have cellular modems in them. They already have software on them that can report where they are and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a flip of a switch, and your mileage will be reported to a government agency, and you'll get a tax bill. Actually, you probably won't get a tax bill. They'll probably just like deduct it from your paycheck or something.
And a picosecond after the tax goes into effect, Alan, there will be a robust black market in fake GPS signals that you just plug it into the little reader.
And that'll be, you know, tax avoidant. I mean, they'll, you know, you'll have 300,000 new IRS agents out there, you know, trolling for mileage violations.
I only drove 50 miles last year.
And when you take your vehicle in to get its yearly inspection, they'll check the odometer, and it better damn sure match what your GPS said you traveled.
I don't know. Must be broken.
Just saying. It'll happen.
I didn't go anywhere. I just drove back and forth on my driveway 5 million times.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, there's no question it's coming. See, here's the thing, Alan. Here's the thing. They could at any second use that information to nail people for speeding.
Sure.
And not stop at red lights and all of that.
Oh yeah, it's going to be like what was it, Demolition Man with the automatic ticketing? You know,
right?
Your car reported that you went over the speed limit. You get a fine. You know,
it's something you
said a swear word, you get a fine. I mean,
because look at Easy Pass.
Sure.
Right. What are they going to? They're going to the overhead monitors. They're not even having you stop. They're not even pretending that tolls are about anything other than revenue generation. Because it used to be like, well, it keeps traffic, keeps speeds down. No, it's about revenue.
Right. It's always
so. They know when your car goes through gate A.
Right.
They also know when your car goes through gate B.
Mm-hmm.
That's a known fixed distance. Guess what? If you exceed the speed limit, you're going to go from A to B in less time. They could literally use that to ticket everybody.
Sure.
Every single car on the road. Why have
or even better? This could be a hell of a revenue generating thing, right? Make like the left lane an unlimited speed lane and charge people extra for driving that fast.
Do you get to like use a thermal detonator on anyone going slower than you? Because I pay for that.
Well, it's like the Autobahn in Germany,
how would they
right?
Make sure people were in the right lane, though.
Who cares?
Just little RFID tags on the lane dividers. That's all you need.
Yeah, they can tell what lane. They can tell what lane.
Hell, build me a super highway, right? Build a series of super highways. Do like 3 going longitudinally and laterally, 3 and 3.
Okay.
Northern,
like
southern, center, East Coast, West Coast, middle. Have like 6 stops. You have like you have a gas station rest area every 100 miles, and you can get off at like a small number, and the speed limit is 150.
Yeah.
And you pay extra to use that. If I could get on it in DC and go visit my folks and drive 100 miles an hour and it only takes me 4.5 hours, that would be wonderful. I would pay a lot extra to do that.
Yeah.
Especially if I were allowed to actually, throw grenades at people going 50 in the left lane.
That's a bonus. That's a bonus. You have to pay extra for that. Jay.
Yeah. Oh, I'd gladly pay extra. If I could fling flaming buckets of dog poop onto them through their sunroof. Whee! But that's just me. I've been doing a lot more driving recently. Can you tell?
Yeah. Did we lose Alan?
He was distracted by cats.
I was.
Yeah.
I was gonna check
Hi, Mike.
in on the.
Does he have the shotgun?
Give us the shotgun report.
The shotgun report.
It's a shotgun.
What kind?
It's a shotgun. He says.
It's ready to go bang.
Excellent.
Why are you putting me on the internet? Because you're desperate?
No.
You're desperate for ratings.
I want you to talk about your shotgun.
For ratings.
It's a Mossberg 500.
Mossberg 500.
Okay.
Very nice.
Nice solid gun.
Very nice. We approve. It gains the squirrel seal of approval.
They approve.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I have the 590 because you can put
It's a shotgun. Jay says you should put a bayonet on it.
Yes. That's how I
I
do
do
it.
not want to spend the money on Mossberg 590 that has a bayonet lug.
Okay.
So I want
It
to
would be
change.
hard to explain in the event of a self-defense situation.
Can you hear him?
Multiple stab wounds? I mean, come on. It's a standoff device. Get away. Poke, poke,
There's
poke, poke.
27 pellets of double-aught buck and 7 stab wounds. WTF.
Yeah, well,
I had to make sure.
I'll back you up.
The stab wounds are from Brita.
Yeah. Brita lost her shit.
And that's it. We've
I guess the shotgun's okay. I don't know.
We've bored Alan away.
No.
Alan's gone
Just
back
taking
to
a cat
playing with
photo.
Merlin.
No.
Or is it Simon? Why were all of the little weird, cheap electronic toys named after nerd names?
Because nerds invented them.
Because they were made by nerds.
Merlin.
I wanted to talk about something different for a change.
Okay.
Did you see?
What?
Where was it? Crap. Did you see who Obama's nominee for the comptroller of currency was? And the comptroller.
Wait, what?
Biden's nominee for the comptroller of currency.
You said Obama. You said
Did I say
Obama.
It's the same
Biden,
thing.
Obama,
You did.
It's the same damn
It's the
thing.
same thing.
I know it's the same thing, but you said it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have like a
Biden.
Nancy Pelosi moment right there.
Comptroller of currency.
Yeah, they're the people that oversee the banks, federal
Okay.
banks.
Bernie Madoff.
Cornell University law professor Soli Omarova. She is a communist.
Aha. Okay. What could
course
possibly
she is.
go wrong?
She got her degree from Lenin University in the Soviet Union. She is a communist. She is a self-avowed communist who thinks that there shouldn't be actually any banks. The Federal Reserve should be the bank for the entire U.S. and everybody should have an account with the Federal Reserve for their bank.
God.
That's what they had in the Soviet Union. It was Gosbank, the People's Bank.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
It was the only one, and everybody had an account there. So that's her grand idea.
You know what's happening? Let me tell you what's happening. They are trying to do all the things while they can.
Yeah.
And the American people, and thank God we're all Americans and we're all so comfortable and so happy and so bred in circuses that we don't have to pay attention to this shit until it's too late.
Yep.
And that's what's happening. I mean, like, and if you go up to somebody and tell them this, oh, Biden has a communist in charge of the banks and she doesn't believe in banks and all your money is going to belong to the federal bank. And they'll be like, oh, well, that might be okay.
Or that's a right-wing talking
Have you read a book
point.
ever? Oh my God. It just, here we are. Like, I never thought, 2021, I thought it'd take longer than this, but there we are.
Khrushchev was not wrong.
Slowly and then suddenly is how these things happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And the suddenly can go either way.
What do you mean?
Well, we could suddenly, look at Australia. Australia went suddenly totalitarian.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the U.S. is going to go. I don't think that's going to happen in the U.S. I think
I think it is going to happen in the U.S., but I think it's going to look and feel different than it does.
It'll happen.
I think
in California and New York.
Yeah.
It won't happen in Florida or Texas.
Okay.
It'll happen.
And then what?
In Texas.
It'll take
It'll take longer, but y'all are turning blue faster than you care to admit.
No, we're not.
They said that about Virginia too, Alan. When I moved down here,
Virginia is a bedroom of DC.
When I moved down here, the state legislature was solid veto-proof, or they could overcome a governor's veto. Republican. They flipped both the House and the Senate.
Yeah, because of Fredericksburg.
8 years.
I think there's going to be a civil war before that happens, before Texas and Florida go. I think.
Well,
I
keep hearing myself.
We're heading for something ugly, really,
yes,
really ugly, and
I don't know what it's going to look like, but yeah, it's going to be ugly and painful. I think for the entire country.
So
no matter what,
imagine what happens in 2022.
When the Democrats increase their lead in the House and Senate.
Right.
Because that is going to happen. I will bet $100 on it right now.
I agree, Jay.
I think they lose the Senate and they might lose the House.
I will bet $100 that is not the case. Because we've handed them the blueprint several times.
Yeah.
They know what they have to do. Oh, it's too dangerous to vote in person. Vote by mail.
Yep.
Well, so California's gone all vote by mail permanently. But California was a lost case anyway.
Alan?
I'm just saying, California was
literally everything in California.
California was a lost cause anyway. I mean, Californians, you can't win anything as a Republican in California.
Behind you, Alan.
What?
Alan, behind you. Turn your camera. We can't see.
Aw.
The other cat.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, so it can go either way. So the Democrats could either get more seats and go, we have a mandate, and
yes,
do all the things, or they'll lose control of the House and the Senate.
How?
Because there are more Democrat seats at risk in this next election than there were in the last election.
So they'll have to cheat harder then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Stop and just work with my thought experiment. Okay.
Okay.
So if the Democrats gain a bigger majority in the Senate and a bigger majority in the House, they'll claim mandate and just ram through socialist paradise in our time.
Yes.
If they don't, if the Republicans get a majority, in either house, either or both, doesn't matter. What do you think the GOP is going to do?
What they always do.
Same fucking thing they always do.
Same stupid shit they always do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They'll be Democrat light, and with the added bonus of all the media constantly railing against them for every fucking thing. Because suddenly everything that goes wrong will be their fault and not Biden's fault.
Right.
The obstructionist GOP.
Right.
We saw it when it was Bill Clinton and a Republican House.
Right.
Guess what? The Republicans were responsible for the government shutdown.
Right.
When it was Donald Trump in the Democratic House, it was Donald Trump is responsible for the government shutdown.
Right. Because that's how it works.
I honestly, I start to think the scariest thing is that people don't be like, the fuck? How can this be? How can you have two? You had a shutdown and you blamed the House. You had another shutdown and you blamed the president. Which is it?
Well, you're forgetting the free shit army, Jay. They don't care. They just want their free shit.
Well,
and whoever's not giving them their free shit is the one that's doing wrong.
You can promise all the free shit you want, but when a commodity, let's say, I don't know, boneless chicken goes from $2 a pound to $6 a pound, people notice.
Sure.
Wait a minute. This is tripled in price.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had steak in a long time because the price of steak went absolutely batshit through the fucking roof.
Yeah. Went from a good ribeye for about $10 a pound. And I mean a good ribeye. Now they're like $30 a pound.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
And I mean, here, Alan, you're a Diet Coke aficionado, if I'm not mistaken. Not all that long ago, you could get a 4-pack at the local warehouse store for about $4, about $1 a bottle. It's up to almost $8 now. It's almost $2 per 2-liter bottle.
Oh yeah.
You got to find it on sale, and even then, it's $1.50. Prices are skyrocketing.
But the prices on colored soda water haven't gone up as much as other things. I think the one that's gone up the most that I've seen is meat of all kinds.
Yeah. Yep. I noticed that with ground pork. We switched to ground pork for things like, tacos and burritos and that sort of thing years ago, because really when you add all the spices, you can't tell much of a difference between beef and pork.
Yeah.
Right.
And for a good while, ground pork was literally a third the price. You could get 3 1-pound packages for like $6.
Yep.
Versus ground beef was more like 12 or 13. We get the 93%, and now it's more like, it's $8 for the pork and $20 for the ground beef.
Yeah. Well, you can't.
I guess you're going to be eating ground turkey.
You can't spend
bunny
trillions and trillions of dollars without prices going up.
Yeah. Yeah, but we exclude everything from the inflationary index. There's no inflation.
I will also say that it's going to get worse.
Oh yeah, it's going to get a lot worse.
We are at the point where it is mathematically inevitable that it gets worse. There's no
all by design.
There's no backing out of this.
Well, the fun part is they made such a big stand about the $15 an hour minimum wage, $15, living wage, $1,000 universal basic income. Blah, 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 blah. Guess what? You just made that fucking meaningless. When a new car starts at $50,000, and a dinner for a family of 4 at McDonald's is $100.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guess what? There's literally no difference than a $25,000 new car and a $50 bill at $7.50 an hour.
Yep.
You've literally negated it.
Sure.
So what's next? $30 an hour minimum wage.
$100.
$100.
We'll just keep printing shit.
$1,000.
Yeah.
There you
Nothing
go.
means anything anymore.
You work for a month and you're a millionaire.
Speaking of nothing means anything anymore, did you see the picture, Jay, of the set?
Oh yeah, that was just weird.
Where Biden was getting his booster shot in front of the press, and I thought this was the weirdest. Like, I'm still like trying to figure out what's the point of this. They built a set that looked like the White House, and Biden sat in front of it, and it was so. I mean, it had like fake windows and fake background behind the windows, and it was all.
There was fake outside in the windows.
Fake outside, inside the. Okay.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
The 1960s and 70s super high-end fallout shelters where you had little fake, like there was a movie back in God,
you know what it reminded me of?
What?
When Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing.
He was such a perfectionist. He insisted on doing it on site.
That's what it reminded me.
But yeah, it's like, why are they?
You have the entire White House. You have the entire White House that you can
not just that
down and give him a shot. Why build a fake set to give him a shot?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that there's like a press room in the White House, right? No big secret there. Joe Biden could have just come out into the regular press room, sat in a chair, got his shot. Instead, there's like this elaborate ruse of a set. And if you watch the video, the MSNBC or the news video, it's all framed and he's sitting there and it looks like he's sitting in front of a real window, getting the shot, and it just makes me wonder, okay, first of all, why? Why go through the trouble of that? Secondly, what else are they faking?
Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
What else is a set?
Everything.
It's so strange.
Yeah, it's like,
I just don't see the point of it.
They just have a photographer in the Oval Office, or whatever.
Sure.
And
they can bring a nurse into the Oval Office.
They're like, oh, look at Joe Biden. He's so brave. He didn't even flinch. He didn't even know where the fuck he was.
That dude's getting shot up with so much shit constantly. He probably doesn't know one shot from another. Yeah. Joe, it's time for another shot. Okay.
Now there is an interesting wrinkle in the 2022. I'll grant you, Alan, in that if the Democrats win and they don't implement every single progressive wet dream,
what's going to stop them?
They literally have what's going to stop them is angry crowds. Remember, they called that frat boy bullshit an insurrection.
Right.
You start fucking with people's livelihoods and you're going to see real shit. Like people's, homes and families getting targeted. We don't want it to come to that.
I think you'll see states start to go, fuck it, we're not doing this.
Yeah. And that's the big thing.
You'll have sanctuary states for like civil rights that like you have for marijuana.
Like what's happening with, I don't know, let's say Smith & Wesson.
Right.
They finally went, fuck you, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Moved out of the state.
Yeah.
Bye.
Actually, they didn't move everything out. They're going to keep making the guns that Massachusetts thinks are okay in Massachusetts.
They're guns that they need the giant 80,000 ton forge for are going to be made in Massachusetts because
it's kind of hard to move.
You can't move that.
But those are also the ones that Massachusetts says are okay still.
Yes, it's revolvers.
Right.
Revolvers and I think some of the 1911s and that's it. Everything else is.
And those are fine according to Massachusetts. It's the other stuff.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
They can. Man, Tennessee's turning into like the gun manufacturer capital of the U.S. now.
Yeah, they're the new Gun Valley. But Beretta moved out of Maryland. Yeah, Mossberg moved down to Texas, Eagle Pass, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Ruger was like Arizona. They fled.
Yep.
And that's what's going to happen. You're going to see the Civil War battle lines drawn. long before any shots are fired, because you're going to have states where, no, we're not going to tell you how to live your life.
Right.
And you're going to have the states where, guess what? Everything you do is on closed circuit television.
The funny thing is what people have discovered is that the feds, with all their, hundreds of thousands and millions of employees, they really can't do anything without a state's cooperation. So for instance, if they want to like go in and like arrest somebody or run an operation in Texas, for instance, they have to have the state cooperate. They can't just go in and do it on their own, because it won't work. So if Texas goes nope, and Florida goes nope, and Nebraska goes nope, and all these states refuse to cooperate, what are they going to do?
Withhold highway funding. That's how they get the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. Oh,
it's going to get.
It's time to go, which means I'm about to lose my signal.
I know Jay's hour.
No,
it's
almost show and tell time.
It's going to get more crazy quicker than anybody can possibly imagine. Yeah. I think people, because 2020 was weird. 2020 is even weirder. 2022 is going to be insane.
Which, Alan, allow me to tie in something from earlier. Remember, we were talking about speed cameras and Easy Pass and all that, and why don't they ticket everybody? Right. Because that would be absolute fucking pandemonium.
Yeah, because they can't.
If you sent out, 500,000 tickets in a month,
nobody would pay them.
The entire system would collapse. And if you had
talk about bureaucracy,
exactly, it would suffocate under its own weight. And if you had,
you think the IRS is bad?
15 states, let's say 15 states, not even a third.
Yeah.
Just say no.
Yeah.
Nope.
What are they going to do?
Nope. We ain't doing it. What do? Do you send the feds into all of those states? Good luck with that. The one thing that does puzzle me, and I don't understand it, is how you can simultaneously say the police are racist, defund the police, they have no business doing any of this, but only the police should have guns. Only the police should enforce
Crazy
this,
talk.
that, and the other thing. Let's make a bunch of laws the police have to enforce, but we have to defund them.
Do you have a show and tell, Jay?
Of course I do.
I have
a show and tell that combines two of my super geeky loves.
Oh boy.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, that's like a Klingon.
Okay.
It is a Klingon Daktag.
Oh my God. That's so great.
So it is
so
not
dorky. I love it.
Not just a knife.
That is so dorky.
But a made-up knife from a science fiction show.
That's great.
And if you look real close, this is one of the later ones, because this is not the actual Klingon logo, because United Cutlery got their asses sued by Paramount because they did not have the rights to make an actual Klingon knife. So they changed the logo and they're like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. This is a fantasy knife, even though it looks exactly like the yes, it's, because, if you're, but it's plastic.
That's a meat tenderizer on the back.
Is it sharp? Is it sharpened?
Yes, it's actually still sharp and pointy. It's very pointy. I know it has an actual point. These guys are not sharp. I don't know if they're like supposed to be like in the the canon of the show.
Show me is it just a button?
It's literally just a slide.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It's not like a switchblade. It's just you pull down and clamps them.
Still cool.
But yeah, this is
Mike just walked by and he can't hear us, obviously. But he saw the knife and goes, Klingon.
So yes, this is
That's cool.
I believe this was actually a 40th birthday gift from my blog daughter Nancy.
Oh, nice.
So I have one of
Beautiful.
I have one I bought on my own too, and I'm not exactly sure which is which, but it's a very nice and thoughtful gift for a super dork like me.
It is.
Because I love pointy things and I love Star Trek. So
there you go. All right.
There's no signature knife from Firefly, which makes me sad.
No.
Huh.
But they're guns.
Yeah, but they're like Taurus.
Vera.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's Vera.
Knives and
Callahan auto lock. Yes, I
Isn't there like that scene where she goes crazy with or is that in Serenity?
It was Serenity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Serenity.
No, I think that was
anyway.
in the show where River attacks where she attacks
with
Jane. But is it like it's just a chef's knife?
I'm thinking of where she goes crazy and like am I remembering it wrong? Where the little cartoon triggers her and she.
Oh yeah, that's in one of the early episodes of Firefly.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's the not mandatory thing.
Yeah.
The fruity Odie bar or something like that.
Yeah. Does it involve knives?
There may have been a knife at some point.
Yeah.
I don't recall. Anyway.
It was more like a bar fight.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have 2 show and tells.
All right. Nice.
I'm going to show my painting that I did today.
Okay.
Because I like it, actually. It's 3 inches by 3 inches. At the library, we're doing a tiny art show. We gave away tiny little canvases and tiny little packs of air dry clay and to patrons, and are asking them to return them. And we're going to have a tiny little art show with like prizes and stuff. And so this is my little painting.
Brita, that is amazing.
Trees and sky and little paths.
I'm genuinely in awe.
Yeah.
Of
thanks,
the artistic ability. I mean, I can't do stick figures. My stick figures come out wrong. So
these are sticks. They're just trees.
Yes, but you look at that and you can see exactly what you intended inside that. That floors me.
Well,
and on a 3-inch square. I mean, this isn't like you had lots of room to plan stuff out. This is like you knew exactly what you were doing, and
it's like painting a tile.
Yeah,
it's like painting a wall tile.
I kind of just doodled until I got this. So
I basically would look like giant mutant broccoli. Like, oh dear God!
I'm just happy. I'm just happy that occasionally I got to use my art degree.
That's all.
There you go.
And also, I have a big knife. I should back up so I can show you the whole thing.
We have to back up. Oh.
I asked Mike if he, do we have anything for show and tell? And he gave me this. Wait.
Yeah.
It's a Argentinian something. He said that. Mike, what was it? Smoky Mountain Knife Works.
Oh.
They used to sell like surplus.
Mm.
This is like an Argentinian thing.
Oh, very cool.
And
it's like a short sword.
Its own little, it's like a Brita-sized sword.
It is. It's like Brita's sting.
I should keep this for home defense. Actually,
you should.
Hey, sharp? Mike, can I keep? Yeah, sharp. I mean, it's not as sharp as it could be, but it's pretty sharp. I mean, I would want to meet me.
I think if you poke somebody, if you poke a hole in somebody with that, I think they'll be upset.
But only briefly.
Yes,
they will certainly cease and
desist. It could be sharper. Oh, it's got a thing on it. Wait, it says 1909. What?
Wow,
Mike, 1909.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
See, 1909.
Yeah.
Anyway, pretty cool. Yeah, this is like Brita-sized. I like it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
I didn't even know you had that.
I really didn't either. that we had it.
And now it's yours.
And now it's mine.
It is such a satisfying sound.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's got like a nice, you could put it on a belt.
Yeah.
So
Alan could carry that in public in Texas.
Yeah, that's right.
pretty cool. Oh, you could.
Yep.
Neat. Anyway,
Legal.
I really like this. It's got a number on it, I think. Anyway.
Excellent show and tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do not have anything. As usual.
It's your show. You should figure
It's
it
not
out,
my
Alan.
show.
It's the people.
I have plastic dinosaurs. Oh, there's been an hour. Jay dropped off.
What the heck? It's like, it is exactly an hour.
That's
Oop,
funny.
Jay's gone.
He'll be back.
Since, I don't know what it is, but when we launched the show through MeWe, it's much faster than Facebook. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. I used to have to like go back into Safari and paste the link. Now it's like, no, click back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around the 1 hour. It's been like 5 minutes plus or minus.
What's that?
That's what I'm asking you. What is this little? It's got like a little, like you could put something under there.
Like a decoration or something? Or
That probably was how it attached to
something
like a saddle. Would be my guess.
Or like a frog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yeah, that could be it too. Something on a belt. And just catch it. Although it's already got the loop, but
Yeah.
It's got the loop for a belt. So I don't know.
that might be it. It's just like it's part of where you stash your gear on the horse.
Extra tie down or something. Keep it from flopping around. Who knows?
I'll have to research it.
It's a drop
Pretty
leg.
though.
Yeah.
Brita and her
Drop leg,
sword.
short sword.
I dare you to wear that to the library.
I just figured out what it was for.
What? Oh, you know what that is? That's a bayonet. That's a bayonet.
What?
That's a bayonet.
How is that a bayonet?
It's a bayonet. I guarantee you it's a bayonet. It's a bayonet of some kind.
I don't know.
The metal part fits into
I bet it's a bayonet. With a
not a bayonet like we typically think of them, but it's a knife that can be carried with a rifle.
Right. I bet that's what it is. I bet if you research it, you'll find it. The part of that was for attaching it to a rifle or something.
Well, I will try to research it and find out more for next week.
Cool.
So, and speaking of next week, good segue. Hopefully, we can get Hayden on.
That's right.
Our friend Hayden, who has decided to go all American and get his FFL, going all the way. I'd like him to come on the show and talk about his little experience because I think that's really interesting.
I want to start a pool on how long it's going to take before Hayden buys a pickup truck.
He may already have one.
I would like a pickup truck and a recreational vehicle.
We'll find out more next week, hopefully.
He may already have one.
That's right.
All right, everybody.
Yep. I think we're done.
Yeah.
We will be back. This is the last day of September.
Yeah, it's October, which means it's all Halloween all the time for the next
spooky season.
Yeah.
Yay!
It is normally the best time of year.
Pumpkin spice, all the things.
One good thing about fall is better cover garments.
That's true.
Not really a problem here.
It's vest season.
You wear a vest if you wear a vest in Texas, people know you're carrying.
So, yes, but actually no. See, I have my LL Bean fleece vest, so I look very metrosexual. There's a Glock 17.
I guarantee you, if you wear a fleece vest in Texas, they're going to know you're carrying.
Yeah, because it's normally like 100 degrees.
Who's that sweaty guy in the vest?
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back next week.
All right. Hopefully with Hayden.
That's right. Bye,
Yeah,
people.
hopefully.
All righty.